Hello, all my fellow plebs out there. I'm going to go ahead and cover the Ukraine war today. I had a buddy that wanted me to go ahead and do a quick video on it, so here we are. I don't really have too much to say. I really don't got an opinion on what's going on. Um, I think I've said before, or wanted to say before, was one video I did. I think that I had to delete because I didn't have my sound. But I was saying uh, that I don't think the war would have happened if Trump was still in office. I also believe uh, the gas prices. We wouldn't be feeling the gas prices as much, and some of the other things going on with inflation and all the other stuff going on in the country. I don't think would be near as bad. I think some of it would still be going on because it'd be uncontrollable, but I don't think it would be near as bad and out of hand if we were still oil independent. Not because at first, Biden opened up the Russian oil, shut down the Keystone, which would have helped us at least. It's not our own oil, but at least we're buying it from, the Americas. At least we've been buying it from Canada, a close ally. But no, he wanted to shut that down, open up open up the pipeline for Russia. So we're buying Russian oil. Well, now they go and invade Ukraine. We got to shut down that oil. Now he's sucking tit trying to get oil from anybody else, and who the heck knows where he's going to get this oil from? OPEC ain't answering the phones. No, everybody thinks he's a joke. Doesn't want to help him out. I think we had like 30 million barrels of oil. I think we're starting to suck that dry. That the NATO opened up or something like that with the Europeans. There's like 30 million, I think, barrels that we got from that. Because the gas was up to, I think it was 409 where I was at, and then it dropped down to like 389 to the station I go to, and now last night I put a little bit of gas in and it was back up to 394. So I have a feeling that we used up that 30 million barrels or getting close to it, and it's gonna start hiking back up. So yeah, we did have a little bit of relief, but we're gonna see what happens also with the weather being a little bit nicer too. That's not gonna help either. But we'll just kind of see what's going on with this war real quick. I kind of stand with Ukraine just because they're like the little guy. I really don't follow the right wing conspiracy with some of the right wing guys going with Russia. I don't think Russia's good at all. Really can't stand with that. But we'll go over this article. It's kind of lengthy, so try and get started here. The Ukraine war. Why is Russia encouraging foreign fighters to join? Analysts say the Kremlin may have been inspired Ukraine's similar step and warn of ominous consequences. On March 11th, Russian President Vladimir Putin threw his support behind a plan to recruit what he characterized as eager foreign volunteer fighters to join his forces in Ukraine and help the people who live in the Donbas. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said 16,000 troops are ready to assist Russia in combat, which came as unfavorable news for Ukrainians. Yeah, it's not good to Ukraine. There's going to be 16,000 fresh troops possibly headed their way. While Putin did mention the Middle East, observers say Russia is looking to recruit hardened fighters from Syria. Moscow and Damascus share a close relationship, and Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is deeply indebted to his Russian counterpart, who intervened in the civil war in 2014 and aided his survival. While information on military developments, whether from Russian or Ukrainian sources, is unreliable, as an information war ramps up, the threat of mercenaries is significant. Non-state actors are already fighting in Ukraine, said Winries, professor of international security at the University of Nottingham. Putin is pursuing a two-pronged approach. On the one side, he is entering into negotiations, while on the other, he is increasing the military pressure. It was widely reported that Russian special forces and former military individuals had been inserted into Ukraine to disrupt the defense and target leaders in Ukraine, he told Al Jazeera. In addition to employing the regular Russian army in Ukraine, intelligence officials in Kyiv say Moscow is using members of the notoriously private security company, the Wagner Group. Fighters from Chechnya loyal to Russia are also battling Ukrainian forces. Wagner are largely ex-military who now operate as paid specialist operatives. Such people have advantage of deniability for the Russian government, said Reese. The deniability is pivotal as groups such as Wagner violate Russian law, according to Jenny Mathers, senior lecturer in international politics at Aberystwyth University. Private military companies are illegal in Russia. The Wagner Group has close links to Russian military intelligence and is thought to recruit from foreign Russian soldiers. Very often, Russian private military companies serve as security guards or train other armed forces as well as combatants, she said. Russia reportedly used the Wagner Group when it entered the Syrian war. Mercenaries generally operate outside of the constraints of conventional warfare, are primarily motivated by financial gains, and the Geneva Convention does not protect them. Christian Natoy, lecturer in diplomacy and international governance at Loyola University, London, told Al Jazeera. It is likely that mercenaries, especially those working under the banner of private security companies such as Blackwater or the Wagner Group, would have better training in urban and guerrilla warfare than the Russian conventional army. Then there are political reasons. So yeah, these guys would pretty much just go in there and destroy and just destroy everything and leave chaos and do a bunch of nasty things to probably the young girls and women and stuff, and just would not be good because, like I said, they don't care about the Geneva Convention, and they're not held to the same standard for war crimes and such things. Using mercenaries can be less damaging for Putin, as news or images of dead Russian soldiers in Ukraine can affect the popularity of the Kremlin regime and erode its power base. The announcement regarding Syrian fighters might also be an escalatory move by Russia, meant to signal that Moscow is willing to double down and go all the way to secure at least the independence of the two separatist republics in the Donbas region, Natoyu added. Besides Wagner, there are Chechen fighters aligned with both sides in Ukraine, Mather said. According to Russian statements, pro-Russian groups were now allowed to receive support from foreign volunteers. While Putin said such fighters would not receive payment, reports say otherwise and claim mercenaries would be compensated. Yeah, I would not believe Putin one bit. I'm sure he's paying them. I don't see why else they'd have any need to enter his war. Recruitment from Syria ought to be unproblematic considering the desolate economic situation there after 11 years of war. The Russian army has used mercenaries and private security companies in Syria and Libya in the past, so it is likely that similar strategies are and will be employed in Ukraine too. Putin has also agreed to allow fighters from Syria with urban combat experience to join the rebels in the Donbas region, Natoyo noted. The influx of foreigners to support Ukraine estimates put the number around 40,000 to 100,000 might have prompted the Kremlin to deploy similar tactics, Natoyo. The presence of mercenaries could only muddy the military situation as they are less likely to abide by the rules of conventional military structures. Both the Ukrainian and the Russian armies would have difficulty controlling the movement and actions of mercenary groups, he noted. The widespread presence of mercenaries also shows that both parties are preparing for a long, drawn-out military conflict where urban guerrilla tactics will play a key role. Ukraine is a loser here as mercenaries operate with impunity and may engage in wide-scale destruction with little afterthought, Natoyo added. So yeah, with that being said, we need to get some help over to Ukraine, because if they get 16,000 fresh troops in there, that could booster the Russian military. But I'm not sure exactly how enthusiastic the Russian military is about this war themselves. It sounds like one of the top generals that actually was Putin's boss back in the day, that's now like one of his right-hand man, just up and quit on him, left the country, won't contact nobody. So we're just going to have to kind of see what happens with the Russians themselves. But if they get 16,000 troops that are, I guess, into this war just for their own personal gain, it might be able to kind of change the tide. So it sounds like Russia themselves, though, is not doing so hot. It sounds like they'll definitely have to reach out, get some help from somebody else from the outside. Otherwise, I think Ukraine, with the sanctions going on, actually sort of worked. I believe there was better ways to prevent as much bloodshed as that happened, but it is what it is. All I'll say about that is just be careful on who you vote for, and careful with this election coming up on who you vote for. But If you guys made it this far, please consider becoming a lifetime pleb member here and hit that subscription button. That'd be the one thing here to help grow my channel right now is I'm trying to get my 1,000 subscribers. So just hitting that subscribe button would be greatly appreciated. You guys have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.